On today's episode of Let's Talk Drones, I'm touching on something that has quite a few folks in the commercial remote piloting sector of the drone industry in the United States stirred up. If you signed up for DroneBase or now Zeitview, you probably got an interesting series of emails over the past week or so, and it's got some people up in arms, and for particularly good reasons. Let's talk about it. Let's talk drones. What's up? It's Chris, the Drone Geek, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Drones. Let's Talk Drones is brought to you by The Droning Company. Check them out online at thedroningcompany.com, across all major social media platforms, and make sure you get subscribed to The Droning Company's YouTube channel. Lots of great drone content there as well, including content from yours truly, Sam Karp, Tim Brazell, and Drone Jesus, John McBride. Check them out, The Droning Company, thedroningcompany.com, and across all major social media platforms. So like the vast majority of drone pilots in the United States, when I first got started flying drones professionally, commercially, for money, it was hard to know where to find work. Being a relative unknown in my market and just getting started with drone technology for the very first time at this level, it was hard to know how to farm it, where to find it, and how to use my drone to fulfill the needs of the market. That's why websites like DroneBase, Droners.io, now Zeitview, all were very interesting to me when I was getting started. So I registered for a handful of those drone job boards just to see what was out there. Now, there were a few glaring issues with some of these websites that we'll talk about here in just a few moments. But over the last week or so, many folks in the DroneBase database, now Zeitview database, received a series of emails that were very interesting to say the least. Now, for the most part, I just brushed this email off. I'm going to share it with you now so you can see it. It reads, "Hello, Chris. Zeitview oversees one of the largest pilot networks in the United States, comprised of thousands of pilots across the country. To ensure safe and legal operations for our clients, we periodically audit our pilot network profiles. During this audit, it was found that you have not uploaded the required image of your FAA Part 107 certificate. We realize that this may have been an oversight during the creation of your profile. We are requesting that you upload a clear image of the front and back of your certificate by no later than 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 2nd, 2024. While uploading your certificate, please confirm that the pilot certificate number on your certificate and the number entered into the Zeitview system match. Your account will be suspended unless you upload the certificate. This will prevent you from seeing or accepting any new missions for Zeitview. Thank you for being a part of our team and ensuring we continue to be the most trusted pilot network in the country. Best regards, Laura Lincoln, Director of Operations, Zeitview." Now, when I got this email, I sort of just brushed it off. I don't use DroneBase or Zeitview in this case for any of my drone job farming. So if you do actively use Zeitview or DroneBase or Droners.io or whatever you used or use currently, no shame in that at all. Absolutely not. You got to do what you got to do to make money. So good on you for grinding, pounding the pavement, doing what you got to do to bring those leads in. So just brushed this off until I just sat down this evening and saw a different email to another commercial drone pilot in the Commercial Drone Pilots group on Facebook. I want to give a big shout out to Kevin for posting this, because if it weren't for Kevin, I wouldn't have seen the other side of this email blast that was put out by Zeitview. And it puts the company in a very weird and precarious position with its customer base, because the company is taking drone pilots, hooking them up with jobs, okay? The email that they sent out to Kevin and others like Kevin is interesting because they're sort of holding their feet to the fire in a way that I personally wouldn't have if I was running a drone job board. Now, the problem they're trying to address, I understand, it makes sense. They're trying to get a record of everybody's Part 107 to make sure that they're kosher, they're legit. They don't have to worry about any issues when it comes to hiring unlicensed pilots. Totally understand why they're reaching out. But the verbiage in the emails that they sent out to the folks that have gotten jobs with their job board but haven't uploaded their Part 107, very interesting. Let's take a look at it. The email that Kevin shared on the Commercial Drone Pilots group on Facebook says, "Hello, Kevin. Our records show that you have not properly uploaded your Part 107 remote pilot certificate. We have sent several notices over the last week to help bring you into compliance with Zeitview's terms and conditions, which require a Part 107 remote pilot certificate to operate in the United States National Airspace System. During an audit of our records, we found that you have completed a mission for Zeitview in the past 2 years and are missing the Part 107 certification in your records. You won't receive any more missions until this is resolved. Please reply back to this email with a JPEG front and back of your certificate by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, October 7th, to reactivate your account. Additionally, if we do not receive a copy of your certificate by the following date, we will send your contact information to the FAA. Thank you, Bill Stafford, Director of Training, Zeitview. Now, from a regulatory standpoint, I understand completely why Zeitview is reaching out to these pilots and asking them to upload a copy of their Part 107 certificate. If you're giving drone pilots that are unlicensed in the United States drone jobs, you put yourself, the drone pilot, and the company that's hiring the drone pilot through your job board in a precarious situation with the FAA should they find out. So I get why they're reaching out to the pilots and basically saying, hey, upload your license or we're suspending your account. Totally get it. I think it's warranted. I think it's fine. What I don't think is fine, and is an interesting business decision at best, a really bad business decision at worst, is threatening half of your business model, the thing that makes you money, with turning them into the FAA. Interesting idea on Zeitview's part. I don't know if I even would have threatened that. If you're gonna do that, just do that. But threatening is a bad PR move because now it's out. Folks like Kevin are posting these emails going, hey, what the heck? You know, I'm licensed. I've got my license. Sorry, I didn't upload it. You know, you're threatening me to turn me in if I don't upload a copy of my license by a given date. That's nuts. Okay. Bad PR. Whoever's in charge of PR at Zeitview, Drone Base, whatever they're calling it now, needs to be fired. Like, that was bad form. I worked in marketing and PR for 7 years before I started in the drone world. Bad PR move. Terrible. If you're looking for a good PR person, I've got a whole network of people that can do it. Whoever you got doing it, they're not good. Get rid of them. And if anybody from Zeitview is watching this, and I'm sure that there's going to be at least one person from Zeitview watching this because I'm going to have your name plastered all over the title and in the description, of course. Think about this for a second. You're going to turn over to the FAA a list of pilots that have not provided you proof of Part 107 before taking a job from your job board. Do you think that the FAA is not going to look at you and go, why weren't you making sure that they had their Part 107? You're going to be held accountable too. You're not scot-free in any of this. Your terms and conditions, I totally get why people need to meet those. 100% understand. But you didn't hold their feet to the fire when it counted, and that was when they signed up with your company, when they signed up for your service to be a drone pilot in your drone database and have an opportunity to take the jobs on your job board. That's when you needed to require them to provide you a copy of their Part 107. They shouldn't have been able to sign up for an account and have access to the job board until they uploaded a copy of their Part 107. Now, I know that that's not necessarily Zeitview's fault now that they are drone base or whatever, however that went. It wasn't necessarily the folks that are in there now's fault, but if you knew that was a problem, you should have ceased all operations and required every pilot to upload their Part 107 before taking on another job. That's just how I see it. I think this is really poor form on your part, not well thought out at all. And quite frankly, I hope that you do turn folks in to the FAA. I hope that all of them have their Part 107 and can prove that they were able to take that commercial job. And I hope the FAA bites you for not being more diligent and thorough in finding those pilots and requiring them to upload their Part 107 ahead of them getting a job commercially in the United States. It's just bad stuff all the way around. And that sort of brings me to a larger point here in this video. I don't knock anybody that uses drone job boards. I get it. It's tough out there. The market is saturated. I know that it's hard to make money. So the job boards make sense. I get that. But when you look at what companies like Zeitview offer per job, yes, you read that correctly. That was $50 for a mission to fly in Mount Wolf, Pennsylvania. Wouldn't even cover my gas to get there. When you look at what you're being offered for these jobs, you really have to assess whether it's worth it. Is it worth breaking even on a drone job when you can't work with the client independently? You sign the terms and conditions with Zeitview that there's no, not supposed to be anyway, no exchanging of contact information with the client. You're supposed to show up, do the job, and leave for Zeitview. That's it. you can't even build a rapport, or you can't even build a catalog of clients that you can go back to and have recurring work with. So are these 1 and 2 off jobs really worth it? In my mind, no. I think you're much better off creating a social media channel, building a website, and advertising your services in your market, what you're able to do. You're gonna get a lot farther with that. Believe me, you will. I did it. I went away from the job boards and I started working for my own leads. And now I'm in a point where not quite 100% able to be passive with my lead collection, but man, I'm getting darn close. And the lead collection and the lead farming is becoming easier and easier. If you take the leap and you do it, it's hard at first. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very tough to be lean for a while. But if you can get through that lean period, eventually you build a reputation in your market, in your area, as the drone guy, or one of the drone guys at the very least. People will start to come to you. Just trust me on that. So be aware of stuff like this going on in the world of drones. It's interesting stuff out of Zeitview. What do you think, though? Let me know down in the comments below. Did you receive this email, either version, the nice version, to people that didn't get a drone job and haven't uploaded their Part 107? Oh, I'm sorry, we need you to upload your Part 107, or we're gonna have to suspend your account. Or did you get the one that threatened capital punishment from Zeitview to the FAA? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon down below. Helps me out a lot, helps get this video out into the algorithm to more folks like yourself. If you really love drone content shot by drones, about drones, and for drone pilots, my friend, this is the channel for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and while you're at it, hit the bell icon too. You'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Until next time, I'm Chris the Drone Geek, and I'm out of here. See ya!
Yo, yo.